I'll be right back. And yeah, okay, we're back. And I'll just unmute. Let's see.
Yeah, allow participants.
There we go. Okay, we just needed to get set up so that anyone who's hearing something from Jesus on this movie could share it. Everyone can hear Jesus. Especially, and to talk about any desires that came up that you noticed, desired experiences. Okay, there's, thanks, Jessica.
Okay.
Oh, oops. It's muted.
Okay, you're live now.
Okay, great. I was just, okay, what came to mind was basically that this, you know, that when they were talking about the linear, it's just a line and it's meaningless and you just go from one end and then you die and that's it. And that's like the ego. And then there's no circle. You don't affect anybody else. It's not connected. So yeah, it was just that really, and the whole thing, like you said, was just like, so it had it all in there. It was so good. Like every scene just about. And of course the desire to, like a deep desire to run away and feel like you just screwed it up again, keeps coming up again, is just, you just screwed it up so bad. Now I'm just going to run away, like that for the Simba. So he ran away. So that came up, that I guess that you'd say that was a desire for sure, is like that, and then buried under it, because I believe I killed, I did this, I killed my father. And so yeah, there's just so much. There's even when he's trying to tell him that you're my son, and he's like, I don't know how to be, I'm not your son. And he's like saying, you are. And it's like this convincing job of reminding him and showing him that he is his son, when he just doesn't see it. So yeah, that was, and he'd sort of become like forgotten almost that he was even a lion. Like he kind of became a scavenger of little shrubs and whatever those are called, the grubs. Yeah. And yeah, it's like he had just forgotten basically who he was. And then yeah, even the wise the monkey king who said that you don't even know who you are. Like he just reminds him, I'm not confused, you're the one that doesn't even know who you are. Like kind of lays it out really plainly. So that, yeah, just the whole thing was just packed with amazing metaphors, and just what a great movie. Yeah, that was fantastic. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Jesus.
Yeah,
And
really.
Thank you, Jessica. It's so beautiful.
Thanks.
Oh, you can just feel the spark in that movie when he steps into function, and we feel the same. The only function is to accept the kingdom as it is, whole and complete. Is anyone else hearing anything from Jesus? There are a lot of symbols in this movie about really stepping beyond the doubt thoughts. You know, oh, I did that doubt thought, oh, I killed the father, and just to really step past those. And it's definitely the reflection that's been seen here in the spiritual journey, where we just have to step into it. You don't have to fight your way. You can ask Jesus. You don't have to fight your way into the kingdom. You just have to look to see that the doubt thoughts are not true and turn into it, rather than, like Jessica said, you know, that wanting to run away, that wanting to continue frolic in the land that seems like a beautiful place. But if our heart's not in alignment with spirit, inside we're dead, even in paradise, what seems like paradise. Heidi, do you have anything you would like to share on this movie? Yeah.
Well, the first line that caught my mind was the part where he said, "Everything that the light touches is your kingdom." And so that was a big one for me, because that's all that's the kingdom is, all that is light. The kingdom encompasses everything that is light. I don't know. There's a lot of things, but that's what caught me. The first line in there that caught me.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Isn't it glorious how you start to hear all these little things, these lines that are like, right, like just like Jesus would say, boom, there they are. It's glorious. Thank you.
Thank you.
Another really powerful scene that stands out in my mind is when he, of course, is heading over to look into the water. He's got that attraction. Oh, where's my dad? Where's I'm gonna see dad, you know? And then he gets something he doesn't expect. But then that decision, you can feel it. That decision when he just started, I'm going. I'm choosing this. I'm ceasing to choose darkness. Yes, there's a little play and pull back. A little bit of the play. Doubt thoughts are going to rise. But again, it's just continuing to step into it. Because if we don't step forward to take Jesus's hands, it's such a beautiful image when Sue is sharing, and just really reach out and go, okay, I'm just stapling myself to your voice. And being willing to hear that voice and just stay with it in every circumstance. Because there just isn't a way to recover the kingdom without that. Again, we can see that we're light. The light's available now, the holy instant, right here.
I don't remember all the lines, but it was the scene right after the one you're talking.
Do you want to
about.
come talk? Here she comes. Here comes Renee. I see.
Yeah, I don't remember all the lines, but it's the scene right after you're talking about where he looks in the water and then his dad is talking to him and he's just like, I'm with you forever. Yeah, that's, yeah.
It's inspiring.
Yep. Thanks.
Thank you. It's beautiful. I'm with you forever. What a line.
Melissa.
Okay. Thank you, Melissa.
Gracias, Melissa.
Toda la película fue magnífica, fue maravillosa. Los reflejos,
The movie was just spectacular with the reflections.
primero pues los reflejos de duda, de culpa,
First, the reflections of doubts and guilt.
pero lo que más me tocó de la película fue la parte donde el padre le dijo que él siempre estaba con él, que él nunca se había ido, que siempre iba a estar con él.
The best scene was when the father just was telling the son how he was going to be with him forever, no matter what, just be with him forever, to remember.
Y en ese momento Jesús me decía, nunca te has separado, nunca, la separación nunca ocurrió, nunca ha ocurrido. Siempre estás
And in that
ahí
moment,
con
I
tu
heard
Padre.
Jesus say that the separation happened, that it was just impossible to separate from the Father.
Mm.
The best news of all.
Las mejores noticias de todos.
Y todo este juego como de la conciencia de que hay buenos, de que hay malos, de que hay que defenderse, el ataque para la salvación.
And all this game of good and bad, I could see it in consciousness of defending or trying to obtain salvation through attack.
Pero Jesús me decía, en tu indefensión está tu seguridad. No hay nada
And
a que...
and Jesus kept saying that in my defenselessness, my safety lies.
Mm. Mm. Porque no hay nadie allá afuera que te esté atacando.
Because there's no one outside that is attacking.
Mm. Mm. Y es como, el final es como ver el sueño feliz, como el mundo
And the ending
perdonado.
was like the happy dream.
Mm.
And that's really beautiful to talk about that belief and attack. Because the ego, there really is, looking at the idea that we have to fight our way into the kingdom is a helpful one to look at with Jesus. Any kind of idea that fighting our way into the kingdom is necessary, to see that there's really no need for that. That's such a deep belief below our level of awareness that we're going to have to like win our way to heaven. And it's really helpful for all of us to be reminded, as Melissa's saying, you know, to look at any idea that we have to fight our way into heaven when the way's really been made for us through Jesus. All we have to do is just see through the desires for attack and see how that's a play in consciousness and an idea that we have to work our way into heaven. All we have to do is stand up to the doubt thoughts and not let them, not pushed around by our own doubt thoughts. That we are powerful, infinite beings. And that can't change. There's nothing in form that can possibly change infinite light of being. And that the kingdom is now. The rightful place of the king is here. And that will never change. Thank you, Melissa. It's so beautiful to hear what Jesus tells everyone. Does anyone else have anything that they heard Jesus say? Or little Jesus word gems in this movie that they heard? There's so many of them. Or plays in consciousness. You can see the little play. Well, we're losing our best friend. Janet, would you speak any on the movie?
I don't know what to do. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. It wasn't any particular scene, but I had an experience that was very, very emotional for me about my father and I are one. I felt such love. And even now I feel very emotional with that. That I felt at a deeper level than I have in the past. But one of the desires that did come up for me was when they were going to, Simba and I forget her name, were going to get married. And I noticed that that desire came up for me about this romantic love. So I didn't really ask Jesus about it. It's just like a flash. I just really noticed, wow, that desire was there. I didn't know that desire was there. So, but there were many, many desires that came up, and with the ego attacking and seeing how when they were really fighting with one another, I noticed that I got an upset about that. And then I realized I don't even know what I realized, but something shifted in me. So many things happened really throughout this movie with a deeper knowingness and love in the kingdom, and then the doubts and the desires were shown too. So it was incredible. It's just, I don't know what else to say, because it was just an incredible experience watching that movie. And I'm just so grateful for all of us joining together and
Mhm.
looking at our desires, and
Mhm.
then looking with Jesus at those desires that do come up. And then such gratitude for the experience of a deep joining of oneness that I felt. And I can look at everybody, I can feel everybody right now. And I just feel our oneness, like there's no separation between us. So I have deep gratitude for all of you. So just thank you, Kay, for sharing this with us. I feel so much love right now. So thank you, all of you.
Thank you, Jen.
Yeah, and it just got just say, it's just it just brought into me this joyfulness and playfulness, and not to remind me not to be so serious, because sometimes I do that. And it feels so good. It just came through. It's like, let's be playful about this, all of us. So thanks.
Oh, so great. So great. Thank you, Janet, for that reminder from the playfulness. What beautiful characters too. Aren't they like adorable? Because they were so playful. Even they knew they were being silly. You know, they didn't take themselves too seriously. How adorable was that? Thank you, Janet. Mm. Lena, would you like to speak?
Sí,
Is
buenas noches. ¿Me escuchan? ¿Me escuchan?
Can you hear me?
Sí.
Sí.
Buenas noches. Mi pantalla no tiene cámara.
Good evening. My screen doesn't have a video camera.
Bueno, yo me trajo el recuerdo del hijo pródigo, la parábola del hijo pródigo.
He reminded me of the prodigal son. I can't pronounce that. Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Kay.
El hijo nos creó, el padre nos creó al hijo, que somos todos, dándonos todo. Y el hijo...
That the father created the son, giving the son everything.
Y nosotros decidimos dejar el reino, pero afortunadamente nada más fue en un sueño.
And that we decided to abandon the kingdom, but it was just a dream.
Pero ahora tenemos que regresar renunciando a la individualidad.
And so now I feel we have to go back, return by letting go of this individual identity.
Y eso lo hacemos cuando nos cansamos de que la vida no nos funciona como queremos.
And I feel that comes when we realize that the life we live doesn't really fulfill our happiness.
Y así pasó con Simba. Llegó un punto en que tuvo que regresar al llamado del padre, porque el padre nunca se ha ido.
And I felt this was so with Simba when he had to return to the kingdom by hearing his father's calling.
Y así Dios está con nosotros y nosotros con Él, porque nunca ha habido separación.
And so it's the same for us. We're within the Father and the Father's within us because there's never been a separation.
Así que cuando estaba yo viendo la película, me dijo, esto es un sueño.
And so when I was watching the movie, I kept hearing, this is just a dream.
Y pasó como dijo Janet, no te lo tomes tan en serio.
And it was just like Janet was expressing, don't take it so seriously.
Y también el símbolo que a mí me gustó muchísimo de la película
And the symbol that I loved of this movie
es cuando le dice que el padre nunca ha muerto, que ahí está.
when Simba hears that his father has never died and that he was within him.
Y el padre se presenta y le dice, es que un padre es para siempre.
And when the father appears and tells him, I'm with you forever.
Y como la grandeza del padre y el hijo que se ha creído una individualidad tan pequeña,
The grandiosity of the father when his son believed that he was so small.
y se ve claramente como Dios, como si Dios nos dijera, hijo, despierta, yo aquí estoy, tú eres como yo, ven a mí.
And it was just like the father saying to his son, Son, I am here with you. All you have to do is come to me.
Y eso hace que el hijo se despabile y despierte al recuerdo de lo que es.
And so the son is just have to remember and wake up to who he is.
Así que esta noche me quedo con ese símbolo, conectada con el hijo y el padre.
And so tonight I'm staying with that symbol of the father and the son and staying connected to that.
En donde ahí estamos todos juntos, vamos juntos todos.
And where we're all connected to each other.
Eso es lo que quería compartir y doy muchas gracias por estos encuentros.
And that's what I felt to share. And I'm so grateful for this joinings.
Bendiciones.
Blessings.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you, Lena.
Bella, Lina. Gracias.
Gracias, Kay. Gracias a todos. Los amo.
Thank you, Kay. Love y'all.
Love you too. Oh my God, Dog Festival.
Igualmente, gracias para todos.
Abrazos gratis.
That's what gave him the strength too when he.
Did you want to come talk? Yeah, come talk. Here she goes. Come, Skelly.
Hello. Yeah, it was just when his father told him that he would be with him forever and never leave him. That's when you could see the strength. That was when his strength came, when he absolutely knew that his father was never ever going to leave him. And that was it. That was his change. That was it. That was the turning point. You could see it. That's when he decided, I'm infinite and this is my purpose and nothing ever goes away. The father never dies. I never die. When I first started watching this movie, when my nephew was like 4, 5, 6, now he has a 4, 5, 6-year-old, but I'd seen it so many times as a cartoon and I had big reactions to when his father died in that stampede. I mean, big reactions, now I know it was a desire for loss. So I asked Jesus this time to watch it with me when he fell. And I really didn't feel anything. Now I still had that desire for guilt when the symbol, but it wasn't strong. It was just, I could see that. But yeah, I just asked him to watch it with me this time because I had, and it didn't really matter how many times I watched it. I'd have that reaction to it. I'm like, wow, Disney's hardcore. That was my, that was way back when I didn't know anything of A Course in Miracles. But So I asked him to watch it with me this time, and it's just amazing. I mean, the laughter and just no worries, Hakuna Matata. I love that. Yeah. I love you guys.
Thank you, Kelly.
You're welcome.
I and the Father are one live here. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, everyone. Is there anyone left? Christy, Irene, you're certainly welcome to share your conversations with Jesus if you feel it, but you'll have to let us know because you're both don't have, oh, there comes Christy. Did you hear anything from Jesus you'd like to share, Christy? Oh, that's Irene. Irene, did you have anything? Oh, there you go.
Well, I've been sitting here like, just trying to defiantly stay in this crappy mood, and all you guys are not letting me. And because I watched this movie, and the part that was really getting me was it's like the attraction to that elephant graveyard was like, I mean, it's like he's attracted to something dead and grotesque like that and thinks it's just funny, and then goes and gets himself caught, and then the whole the process doesn't, he gets rescued by his dad, and then he still ends up following Scar, who keeps leading him into these not good places. And anyway, when he takes off, and he's just full of that shame and guilt, and he just doesn't want to come back. And even when he comes back, that last scene where he comes back to take his place, and then he's about ready to just come into his full power, and then Scar shames him, and says, what did you do? You didn't even tell him the truth, and because he still believes that he believes that he killed his father, he still believes that he's guilty. And and it's like it's almost like everybody has that doubt, like, you did what? I mean, that part was what really got me. It's like, and I've seen this movie before, and I know the end, and there was a moment there where I'm like, they're not really gonna, they're gonna let him believe he did it. And because I forgot the end where Scar, tells him, and then I guess his mother says, how did you know what was in the eyes of Mufasa if you weren't there? And exposes the lie. But and then he doesn't even, he didn't even know that. It's like I guess he forgot as a child that he wasn't anywhere near when his dad fell down. He forgot that part. His mind pushed that out, so he couldn't remember he was innocent. And so that's the whole, I don't know, that's the whole part that was just really hitting me, is not remembering that I'm innocent, and I was sitting here watching all you guys be so happy, and I've been there, and then it's like all day long I've been going in and out of the refrigerator, and even with that going on, I'm still attracted to sit here. It's like, it's so funny to me, because normally I would just turned away, and gone back to that little elephant graveyard. So
So
I guess,
what's Jesus saying the desired experience is? What's below all this?
for the separation to be unforgivable.
And what's Jesus saying about it?
The same thing that the same thing that happened when Simba looked into the reflection in the pool. You know, you can deny it, but you can't change it. You know, you can pretend it's not there, and you can turn your back and not look, but you can't not be what you are. And it's like there's this part of me that just wants to turn away, this other part that just can't resist staying here and watching, even though I don't want to stay here and watch. You know, I mean, I felt like I wanted to turn this off, you know, a whole bunch, and I didn't do it. And it's that part that won't let me turn away, that's struggling with the part that wants to turn away.
Yeah.
And so,
So just ask Jesus, like just ask him about those parts.
he says there's no parts. He says there's no parts. There's no parts. You can divide it as many times as you want. It's still one. uh, it's like there's nowhere to go. You know, this is the only place. And there's still part of me thinking that I don't want to go here. And I can see that in the others when I'm joining, that it's like as soon as I get away from it, I can't see it, or I don't want to see it.
So what
Yeah.
don't you want to see? Ask Jesus, Jesus, what is it that I don't want to see? Because that's for the sonship, whatever he's showing us through you.
I still believe that there's going to be a big sacrifice, and I'm running away from the fear that there's going to be a big sacrifice, and you know, maybe I can maybe I can still make it work in the dream. You know.
So can you ask him to show you the deep desire for sacrifice for that experience? Because he's showing it to all of us. It's not you, you know, it's the sonship looking to see, to have Jesus guide us through the idea that sacrifice is salvation.
Oh. He just said that's the way you want it to look. It's my desire to see it that way. Oh, it's such a it's a it's that I wanted to throw myself off the cliff, you know, and Jesus is saying there's no cliff to jump off of. And even if you think there is, you think I would let you fall? you know, even if you want to imagine that, you know, that even there's nowhere to fall. Oh wow, I just saw that it just, this little cushion came underneath me. It's like soft landing. I want to make it so hard. Jesus is saying it's, you know, it's a soft bed. It's a soft place. And there's no requirement for that sacrifice to enter in. We don't accept blood at the altar and, you know, dead things and oh, I just heard that. What is it? The only thing you're being asked to sacrifice and give up is pain and suffering and it's like, how backwards do you have it? You have it totally backwards. I was just getting, you know, even if you want to feel like this, you can still join the circle and we'll just hold you up until you can remember. And that's the attraction, to not leave it, even if I feel like this, you know, because there's part of me that knows it's all, it's not real.
The good news is all of you knows it's not real.
Oh, I just keep hearing that in the movie where it keeps saying, remember, remember, remember. And even if I forget, you guys will remember for me.
But you're remembering for us too by talking to Jesus.
Yeah.
So you're in high function. That was for all of us. Because these things will arise, but the beauty of it is that willingness to go and ask the one who knows. And if that's what we're doing for each other, really, is the demonstration of the willingness to talk to the one who knows. And you saw the change as soon as he talked to the one who knows. The Father is the only one who can know.
Yeah. Oh, it's just being reminded of that. The very first part in the new covenant where it's like so emphasized that every being without exception can hear my voice, and every, no exception. And that right there just every time there's a doubt thought, that right there, every being without exception, every being. So who am I so special to think that I can't, at times? Or want to be that special, to think that I'm so different. Oh, wow. There's that design. Oh, wow. Oh, it just flipped because I realized if I have that powerful of a desire to not hear it, that just tells me how clearly I hear it. Oh, gosh. That sounds ridiculous. Oh,
That's a statement to take to the bank right there. The
yeah.
bank of holiness. That's a deposit. Bing. Full deposit in the bank of holiness.
Wow. Wow. It's like the inverse proportion. Dang, there must be some powerful hearing ability going on there. Wow. Oh. How did that come through this? Whoa. Okay, I just got my money's worth.
So did we. This is the gift that goes on giving, like
Yeah.
infinite.
Yeah. Oh,
Thank
man.
Thank you, Irene.
Oh, hold on a second. I'll turn the light on now so you
Oh,
can
good. Yeah, let there be light.
I was hiding before. Thank you.
Thank you. That's beautiful. We go together, you and I. And that is the perfect happiness. Thank you all. We send you love from San Juan Kosala. Big hugs to everyone. Thank you, Jesus, for the Lion King and the invitation to the kingdom.